Hi, I'm Dominic, the founder of HelpKit. Thank you so much for giving us a try. I'm super pumped to show you a little bit around how the tool works and also give you a couple of tips and tricks. Now, I know that your time is valuable, so I'm gonna keep this video very brief. If you wanna dive deeper, we have our own help center at support.helpkit.so where you can read about any of our features and how-tos in detail. If you ever wanna ask me questions that you might not find in the help center, please just reach out to me under dominic@helpkit.so and I'm more than happy to help you personally. So let's just jump right in, right? So after you have created your HelpKit project, you will start with this dashboard screen here. And as you can see, there are already a couple of articles and categories pre-populated in your Notion template. If you look closer, you will see that these pre-populated categories and articles are actually already a pretty good starting guide, I would say, that help you to get really easily started building your own knowledge base for your company. However, please note that you can always modify these categories and articles to whatever you want, depending on your own use case. It's just a good starting ground for, I would guess, like a basic business. Right, so if you start with HelpKit, what I always suggest is to start just customizing a little bit and give it your own company logo and just change the colors a little bit just so it's personalized. So I would go into the settings, and if you have not done this already in the onboarding screen, you can go here under logo, just add your own logo, and then also go here to header style and just start playing around a bit, as you can see on the right here, with some colors that signal your own company branding color schemes. And then if you want to, you can also go ahead here and change maybe the top here into something that is more personalized, add some links, and then I also suggest you to add your support email here, which will be helpful later on if you want to receive contact form requests. But now let's just save the settings, go back to our knowledge base, and just check out how it looks like. By clicking Show Live Website, you can see this is your very own HelpKit knowledge base that HelpKit is already published live website. You can find it under mydemo.helpkit.so because this is the project name that we have chosen, and we can start already playing around and looking around here. If I go into the first article that we have written here for you, you can also see a little introduction of us that also helps you how to get started again, and you can see what is also possible to write within the Notion editor. Right, but now let's do something more interesting. Let's just learn how to change the things so that we can make it our own. So now let's go back into our Notion template that we have duplicated into our own workspace. This is how it looks like, and this is the pre-filled template. But what we're gonna do now is just to drive the point home, I'm just gonna delete these four categories here. I'm gonna rename our collection article here on how to get started. And as you can see here, we have our structure built in a way that we have our main collections here, and then if we click into the main collection, we can have multiple sub-collections, okay, or subcategories. And so now that we're in our main collection, how to get started, let's just say that we want to create a new help article here. There are already some here. Feel free to delete them or also build on top of them, but we're just going to go here and create a new one called my first article. I'm going to give it a description, and I'm just going to open it and just write my first article written here, and then I'm going to use a Notion callout. If you are using HelpKit, you are awesome. Nice. And now I'm also going to publish this, give it the last update, and that's it for now. One important thing when you're working with HelpKit, the values that you can see here in your Notion database template, collection title, collection description, as well as here the article title and all these fields should never be altered with. Please do not edit them because HelpKit needs them to sync your knowledge base accordingly. Okay, you can add new fields here, but please just do not add or change the title or anything here. Right, so we have created a new article here, and I also want to just to drive the point on changing this to subcategory 2. Now that we've changed some things here in Notion, we're going to go back to HelpKit and we're going to click the big sync now button. HelpKit will now fetch all the data in the background of your knowledge base on Notion, and as you can see, it's going to show you a little notification alert down here, how long the syncing will take, and can already see your articles here as well. And after this is done, we're going to go and check out our live website again and see how the updated values are. As you can see, now we only have these two. We can go here, how to get started, and we will find our first article here, and we can also read it. Now, the next thing which you might notice is that users can also react on your articles. So let's say I didn't really like this article. It's almost empty. We can go send, and then we can also go back to HelpKit. And you can already see here that we have received a comment, but we can also go into our insights section up here, go to article feedback, and then see that we have received our first article feedback here. which unfortunately wasn't really good, but we can see that there was an article set, a comment set, and we can read it, and it says it's almost empty. And now we can go ahead and update this article based on these comments. One thing I want to note is that when you sign up for the HelpKit trial, you will be put on our business plan trial. That means that you can already use most of the functionality that HelpKit provides. If you want to see more detailed insights already during the trial, such as site analytics or also the search intent, you can always already upgrade to our professional plan and see these details right there, here and then. Now, one more thing I always encourage people to do is add the custom domain so that your knowledge base comes across a bit more professional, and we can easily do this and go to the settings and add a custom domain here. This can be, for example, support.yourcompanyname.com or help.yourcompanyname.com, docs.yourcompany.com. So many options. You can see I can barely pronounce them, but I think that's a really good way to also keep your branding consistent. Now, the last question I want to address that you might have asked yourself is, Dominic, I'm just getting started building our help center for our company. How do I build a great help center? How do I write really good articles? And while we've already come up with this structure for you that also contains some tips and tricks within each article, is there a way that we can learn more about how to build a great help center? And the answer is absolutely yes. You can go to our help center best practices on our website under helpkit.so/learn help center academy. This is a free academy that will teach you everything that you need to know on how to get started building a great help center. We can briefly browse through, and you can see that there is a couple of important information about what a help center should have, which HelpKit already does, but then more importantly also go about and learn about like what are category structures we should keep in mind, how to write good help articles. We have structured this in what to write about, naming your articles, making the content easy to read, using your customer voice, visual elements. Last but not least, we have provided you with a library of the best help center examples. So you can browse through all of these help centers that were built by amazing companies, where you can just browse through and learn how they have written their own help articles, how they have structured their content, and get some more inspiration. Last but not least, if you want to see a couple of examples that were built actually with HelpKit, you can go to our showcase section on our landing page and also just check out how other help centers that were built with HelpKit actually looks like. For example, this is our documentation layout. And then see for yourself how some of the amazing companies that are using HelpKit have built their own knowledge base with Notion on top of HelpKit, as you can see here. So that's it in a nutshell. What I suggest you to do is jump into your dashboard, start creating your own content in Notion, click on sync, and then just see the magic happen. If you have any more questions, just reach out to me. Always happy to help you out in any sort of way. And yeah, talk to you soon.